Welcome to Chaska Athletic Park for State Class A baseball on CCX Sports. A semifinal matchup. The number 5 seed, Parker's Prairie's Panthers, taking on the top seed, the Heritage Christian Academy Eagles. I'm Jay Wilcox along with Aaron Hedrick, and a scorcher out here today as we get set for this one, as Heritage will be the home team. They won the flip, so Parker's Prairie will bat first here as Johnny Flynn takes his warm-up tosses for the Eagles. And the lineup for Parker's Prairie: Hunter Hagenmiller, the pitcher, will lead it off. Matt Furley at shortstop hits second. Austin Kep in center field hitting third. Travis Yonke at first base. Alex Kep in left field. Noah Kep at third base. Brendan Johnson, the right fielder. Cody Springer at second. And Colton Booker, the designated hitter for the Panthers, as Johnny Flynn, the righty for Heritage. First pitch is a ball. Flynn on the year, 6-0 and a 1.32 earned run average. Struck out 49 in 58 and a third, and that one is over for a strike here to Hagenmiller, who's batting at .323 this season. He's knocked in 15, and he fouls this one away.
And Flynn's a good pitcher, Jay. I think everybody who knows Heritage knows about Seth Halverson. He's a monster on the mound. But Flynn, they've leaned on this year to be kind of their 1/2 guy, just depending on how you look at it.
Breaking ball, and Hagenmiller fouls it away. Hunter was 2 for 5 in the quarterfinal win over Osseo for Parker's Prairie. They got tested 8-6. Both teams had their struggles at times. Heritage had to rally and win in the bottom of the 7th against Sacred Heart, and a nice breaking ball there. Catches Hagenmiller looking. One gone here in the top of the first. And Matt Furley will be the batter now for Parker's Prairie. As you look at the defense for the Eagles, Zach Richards at third. Halverson playing short today. Hugenberger at second. Sam Fredrickson at first base. Penshorn, Sawtell, and Julik Lisny in the outfield. Taylor Broderson, who started on the mound yesterday, back behind the plate today. And as we said, Johnny Flynn, the righty, pitching for Heritage. Here's a little tapper. Halverson charges, comes up with it, fires to first base, and Matt Furley is out 6-3, 2 gone in the first, and Austin Kep will be the hitter.
Center fielder, number 1, Austin Kep.
There's Halverson making the play. He's so athletic, just on the field, up at the plate, out at short. Possible two-way player for Missouri, where he's committed to go. So easy play there for him.
Austin Kep, the hitter, and he waves at that one. Austin came into the tournament hitting .379, 14 runs batted in. He was 1 for 3 with a run against Osseo. So he's quickly behind 0-2 as Flynn is dealing pretty well here in this first. And a curveball, swing and a miss, and a quick 1-2-3 inning work by Johnny Flynn. No runs, no hits, and no one left, and it's to a certain extent continuing a trend in the state tournament. It feels like we're getting a lot of good pitching early in the tournament. Obviously not every single game has been low scoring, but quite a few have.
Get a foul ball for us. We've got an awfully good looking gentleman.
Here's a look at the Heritage lineup. Seth Halverson will lead it off. Then it's Taylor Broderson catching, hitting second. Steph Sawtell in center. TJ Guggenberger at second. Sam Fredrickson at first base. Dawson Penshorn, the left fielder, hits sixth. Then it's Zach Richards at third. Wyatt Julik Lisny in right. And Flynn, the pitcher, hits in the number 9 slot for the Eagles. Defensive alignment for Coach Derek Denny and Parker's Prairie. We got lots of Keps there. We got Kep at third base, also in left and in center field. Furley at shortstop. Cody Springer at second. Yonke at first base. Brendan Johnson in right. Brock Peterson is behind the plate. And Hunter Hagenmiller, the left-hander, on the mound for Parker's Prairie. They say he's had a breakthrough year for them. Really come on strong this year. 6-2 record. He's worked 50 in the third innings. And a 2.92 earned run average with 40 strikeouts. A location control kind of guy, and not overpowering, but he's definitely been a guy that they've gotten some good innings out of this year.
Yeah, coach was saying he'll mix up his pitches well. He mixes up speeds. I'm sure he's probably got, obviously, a fastball, probably a curve, maybe a good changeup here. And if you can do that in high school, change speeds, these high school batters a lot of times will struggle. So just keep doing your thing, and you should be good out here on the mound. You just got to be confident in your stuff.
Halverson, probably more known for his pitching exploits, but certainly a dangerous hitter as well. Came into the tournament hitting .408, 1 homer, 21 runs batted in, and also very, as you said, very athletic. He's a guy who does not hesitate to take an extra base, whether it's stealing bases, but even just taking 2 on a ball that you might think wasn't 2, or going first to third on some unusual ones. Very aggressive base runner.
He's just very quick. So you got to get the ball in quick if you're in the outfield and shut him down. You don't want to give him extra bases because he'll take them, and then all of a sudden he's in scoring position and he's 90 feet away, and it takes 1 bloop single or 1 sac fly and he's in.
Seth was 0 for 3 yesterday, but did have a walk and scored a run in that 4-3 win over Sacred Heart, which had a very unusual ending for the fans that didn't see that. Eagles had the bases loaded, a little blooper over second into short right, and here's Halverson lifting one to left field, fairly well hit, but it'll stay in the park. And drifting back is Alex Kep to make the catch for out number 1. A little blooper, and it dropped in as the fielders converged. A run scored that would have been the tying run, 3-3. But then an errant throw back into the infield, and the second runner, Sam Fredrickson, actually collided with John Ladebor, his coach. And he scored, and then there was some question, is it interference, is it not? The umpires got together and they decided it was not, that it was just very inadvertent. And that ended up being the winning run. Taylor Broderson has been the best hitter really for Heritage this year. .468 average, 20 runs batted in. Popping this one up. A lot of room and foul ground here, and it's going to be playable and caught by Travis Yonke. There are some high school parks where that one might be either at the fence or over it, but a lot of room here to go get him.
Yeah, a lot of room down both lines on both sides. There's a lot of room behind the catcher too, back to the backstop, and nice job tracking the ball there, and he knew he had plenty of room over there.
Steph Sawtell will step in now for Heritage, and he takes that one for ball 1. Sawtell entered the tournament hitting at .242. They did not have all that much offense yesterday. They drew some walks, but they were held without a hit until the 6th inning and wound up with a total of 4 hits in that win.
And we were kind of talking about that, Jay. I think Heritage leans a lot on their pitching, which has been phenomenal this year. Broderson, Flynn, Halverson, and their bats, the top of their lineup, they got some good bats there in the middle and back end of the lineup. Tend to struggle when there's a good pitcher on the mound, but they've shown they can hit the ball too, so he just depends on what's going on with the pitcher.
Sawtell popping this one back foul and out of play. 1-2 count here as Panthers trying to get out of this inning. 1-2-3, and there is a called third strike. Sawtell caught looking, so both pitchers shine in the first inning. No runs, no hits, and no one left for Heritage in the first. After an inning, it is 0-0 here. Parker's Prairie and Heritage.
I adopted Bento in 2010 from a shelter. As it turns out, we have very similar personalities. And this cat makes me make art because he's always motivating me to take pictures of him, to draw pictures of him. He just is motivating artistically. It's just that simple. Well, he's my best friend, but a lot of people know him as Keyboard Cat.
Okay, so we drowned the fire, stirred it, drowned it again, and now just feel if it's cold.
Yeah.
Cool.
Smokey just gave me a bear hug.
I know. I already posted it.
go to inning 2 here on CCX Sports. State Class A baseball semifinals from Chaska Athletic Park. Travis Yonke stepping in to lead off the second for Parker's Prairie, and a curveball for a strike. Flynn looks like he has that breaking ball going early here.
Yeah, and that's what's been effective for him all year. He's got a decent fastball, but the curveball is pretty good.
Came back fastball there, and Yonke knocks it into left field for the first base hit and first base runner for either team here. After each went out 1, 2, 3 in the first, so Travis Yonke delivering a single there for the Panthers. Yonke was 2 for 3 yesterday and continues his hot hitting in the tournament with that base hit. So Alex Kep will bat now. He was 1 for 4. The run and an RBI in their quarterfinal win. He bunts it down the first baseline. Flip over to first base there, made by Fredrickson. So the sacrifice is successful. 3-4 on the putout, and Yonke moves up to second. Dragged that one down the first base line. Boy, he looked like an accomplished bunter there. That was no problem to get that ball where he wanted it.
Yeah, that was easy for him. That was the right play there. You could see Heritage knew it was coming, and nice job of rotating. Second baseman came over, first baseman came up to make the fielding play, and yeah, just a perfect bunt. He looked like he might be able to bunt for a base hit, but that wasn't the goal there. And nice job by him moving the runner over, and now they got a runner in scoring position with 1 out.
Noah Kep, the hitter, he was 1 for 4 yesterday. Came into the tournament hitting a .233, but 17 runs batted in. So he's got a guy in scoring position, 1 out here. And a little tapper to the mound. Flynn up with it, throws him out, and kind of surprised the runner stayed at second on that play. As I guess he felt like he would have been an easy out if he tried to go, but at that time, to me, I think you'd want to make Flynn make a decision there.
Yeah, it's a tough decision. He kind of froze right away, and then once he froze at that point, it's too late.
Brendan Johnson lifting one to right field, and that's an easy catch for Julik Lisny, and the Panthers go down in the second. No runs, 1 base hit, and they leave 1. We go to the bottom of 2, and it is 0-0 here on CCX. And we go to the bottom half of inning number 2 here at Chaska Athletic Park. TJ Guggenberger, Sam Fredrickson, and Dawson Penshorn will be the hitters for Heritage. They're 4, 5, 6 hitters coming up here.
Education is the game changer, and McDonald's Archways to Opportunity program helps eligible employees pursue their dreams. McDonald's.
Both pitchers doing a nice job here early in the game. Flynn working quick.
TJ Guggenberger hitting .230 coming into the tournament.
Leading off for the Eagles.
Was 0 for 2 in the quarterfinals, but also walked twice. And a foul tip there.
Hagenmiller's doing a nice job too. He's not overpowering, but like Coach was saying, he changes his speed, gives some different looks, hits his spots.
It seems like he has a guy that has a little bit of natural movement too. The ball doesn't necessarily look like it's coming real fast, but it's a little bit harder to track, I think.
Especially coming out of a left-handed pitcher there too, that's always a little deceiving for the batter.
Fouled away by Guggenberger. We did briefly touch on it, but coming in one of the more hot, humid days that we've had yet. It's already had some heat this summer, but today it looks like it's going to be mid-90s, and boy, I can tell you what, it is very humid here. And that might take a little bit of a toll on these teams. Ooh, a curveball that just missed. The Panthers fans groaning there. keep in mind, too, that the loser of this game has to turn around and play in the third place game a little bit later this afternoon. They're going to be a little drained, as will whoever they play next. Up the middle, and that's going to be a tough chance. Throw to first, not in time. Infield hit for Guggenberger. As once that one got past the mound, that's a long way to go for Springer to get to that one. He did what he could, but his throw is offline, but you could see they easily had it beat anyway. So Guggenberger aboard with an infield hit. Each team went 1, 2, 3 in the first, and then starts the second with a single. Sam Fredrickson, the batter now for Heritage Christian, hitting .296 coming into the tournament with 11 runs batted in. Fredrickson was 1 for 4 in the semis. This could be 2. Flipped to second and couldn't get it out of the glove, or didn't think they had a great chance anyway. So 6-4 force out on Guggenberger. Fredrickson will be aboard on the fielder's choice. So a runner with 1 gone for Heritage, and Dawson Penshorn will hit.
Yeah, it was just a tough, excuse me, kind of swing there. Didn't want to really swing, and he was halfway. And fortunate for Heritage, they didn't get 2 outs there on that ground ball.
Penshorn is the batter. I thought it was a little surprising that Springer didn't really even seem to think about throwing that ball. I don't know if he just didn't have a good grip on it, or he felt like the runner had it beat already anyway, but it seemed like a chance for 2 there. There's a strike.
Yeah, sometimes that's a tough play there. Sometimes you just don't think you have a shot there, but it definitely looked like he did. So maybe he was having a hard time getting it out of the glove, and you don't want to rush a throw and make it go wide.
Penshorn, .333 hitter coming into the tournament with 13 runs batted in. And in the first game, the quarterfinal, he was 1 for 3 with a walk.
They're keeping an eye on the runner over there, and the Heritage has been known to be aggressive on the base pass. They got to have the right guys on.
Fouls that one straight back.
It'll be tougher for Heritage to run today, especially with the lefty on the mound. And he's thrown over a couple times. Not an amazing or tricky move, but I don't think we've seen his best move over to first yet either. So it'll be interesting to see if he's got a better move and if that shuts down the run game of Heritage.
Fredrickson is going, swing and a miss, and they're not going to make a throw. So Penshorn strikes out, but Fredrickson will swipe second. And so Zach Richards will be the batter now for Heritage.
Number 29, Zach Richards.
Richards struggled some this year with the bat, although if these numbers are correct, 13 runs batted in. I wonder if that sounds like it might be a little high based on his other numbers, so that may not be accurate, but he was 0 for 3 in the quarterfinals. Lifting this one, it's going to get out of play. Up on the roof here, the big grandstand. Nice ballpark. We've spent a lot of years coming here for the what was once the Lions All-Star Baseball Tournament, and so spent a lot of evenings here doing games here at Chaska.
Yeah, it's a beautiful park, and they got all 4 classes playing at different parks, and they're all amazing. But this one's, I don't know. I think it's as good as the rest of them, whether it's Siebert, CHS. It's just got a great feel to it.
Hit hard to third, and that one is going to get through. Noah Kapp waving the runner home, and throw is...
I think he got him.
Got him. No, now he's saying safe.
Well, I think he got him, but I don't know if he's saying he was blocking the plate. And I don't...
Umpire immediately calling both coaches over. You see it gets through Kapp there. So it is going to be a run.
Well, I'm confused as to why he calls him out and then signals safe after that.
You see the throw in, and I think he might be, yeah, he looked like he was safe. I hate to get on umpires, but that's, you're planting the seed of doubt for fans of both teams that you're not sure what you're doing when you make a call like that and say out and then change it to safe. So the run scores. That's the ultimate thing there for Frederickson, and it did look like he was in. I thought he was safe initially, and then there was some question too, whether it was an illegal block of the plate.
And I thought he was out initially. I thought he didn't get all the way to the plate, and he tagged him up high. And when he made that call, I thought that was the right call. And on replay, he definitely looked safe there. And
Wyatt Julik-Lisney hits one up the middle for a base hit. We may have another play at the plate. Oh, and then a late hold as Richards will hang on at third. Julik-Lisney with a single. The previous one was scored as an error, by the way, on Kep. So runners at first and third, 2 outs for Heritage. They have 1 run in. Looked like there might be a chance to score another. Initially, John Ladebor was waving his runner. And then Richards right there. Oh, I'm going to hang on and stop. So Johnny Flynn is the batter. Runner from first is going, and Parker's Prairie will concede the base there. Flynn, 345 average this year. Was 1 for 3 at a triple yesterday. That one just off the outside corner. It's 1-1. So Heritage trying to break this one open a little bit. They have 1 run, but another hit here could bring in 2 more. On the other hand, for the Panthers, all it takes is 1 out to get out of the inning. Gets away, but not very far there from Brock Peterson.
And we've talked about it before. Flynn's not your typical 9-hitter. He can hit the ball. He can get on base. He can take walks. He can knock in runs. He scores. He does everything right. He's almost your prototypical leadoff guy.
Rip and a miss there. That one that may have been up and out of the zone. 2-2. There's a look at John Ladebor, who he could laugh later about the play that ended the game. He said, I was just thinking to myself, oh my gosh, please tell me I didn't cost these guys a run there. This one is lifted out to short right. This could be trouble, and it is. 2 runs will score on the play, and that was somewhat similar to the winning hit that they got yesterday. Flynn dropping a little blooper into short right. Richards and Julik-Lisney score. It's 3-0 Eagles.
That's a tough play there. It's so shallow, and right fielder has to come way too far for it. It's basically got to be second baseman's ball, but that's a tough catch to make over your shoulder running backwards like that.
And now they turn over to the top of the order here. Halverson the batter. Curveball is up high for a ball. So Parker's Prairie, a little bit of a tough inning defensively. That ball at third was hard hit, but Kep probably would tell you that, that's when he should have had. This one's popped up. Looks like it's going to be the pitcher. And this one's tough, and it is going to drop in. Halverson will get a single. Now the throw to third gets away, and Flynn will walk home. Unbelievable. Flynn just kind of dancing off third, daring him to throw the ball, and they did, and they threw wide.
That's such a tough play when it's that high up in the air and you just can't read it. And you got to be able to get under that. Our third baseman's got to come in and help the pitcher out. And you have to sharpen up here. You can't let this thing snowball and get out of control. And that's what coaches out there on the mound doing. The pitcher's doing a great job. He's getting weak hits, pop flies, should be outs, and you just got to shake that off and come back and just keep doing your thing.
So Halverson moving up to second on the play as well, and Heritage kind of forcing the action, taking advantage there. I mean, let's face it, if Flynn dances off there and they calmly throw him out, you're thinking that it's a bad base running move, but he drew the throw, and it was a wide of third, and ends up getting a run out of it. And that pitch was way outside as Peterson had to lunge for it. Wouldn't put it past Halverson to try and steal third here. There's no great advantage to doing it with 2 outs, but Broderson the batter. Does not look like he has any intention of running here. Oh, and there's a liner caught. So Parker's Prairie that time getting a good defensive play to get out of the inning. But it's a big inning for Heritage as they come up with 4 runs in the inning on 4 base hits. There were 2 costly errors and 1 left. It's 4-0 Heritage.
What makes your community feel like home? Is it knowing what's happening in your neighborhood? Or when people know your name? Connections make us a community. For more than 30 years, Northwest Community Television has connected citizens, neighbors, even sports fans through video. As life gets busier than ever, we will still offer you a connected community experience through CCX Media, so you can stay connected to the place you call home.
Well, Thomas, you've got pre-diabetes. But with more exercise and a change in diet, it can be reversed.
I've tried exercising. It just makes me hungry for bacon.
I love bacon, too. And who really likes to exercise?
Not me.
Me neither.
Nobody. So we're good?
What? Oh, you still have pre-diabetes. Big time.
Welcome back here, Heritage Christian. An unusual second inning. They had a couple of misplays by the Panthers that really cost them. 2 bloops that fell in. And all said and done, they had 4 runs on the board. So now Parker's Prairie will try and get things going in their half of the third. Springer, Booker, and Hagenmiller, the 8-9 one-hitters coming up here against Johnny Flynn. First pitch over for a strike.
Flynn works very quick on the mound for Heritage, so Parker's Prairie's got to get in the box and be ready to hit. They know what he's featuring now. He's got a fastball, not overpowering, but he likes the breaking ball. He likes that curveball, so he's going to throw it, and he's going to throw it in any type of count, so you got to be ready to hit.
Springer went 1 for 2 with the run batted in the quarterfinals. .242 average coming into the tournament. Lifting this one up. Halverson calling, and will make the catch here. 1 out in the top of the third, and Colton Booker will bat. So look at Coach Denny there. Came out and, just trying to settle his team down a little bit there. That last inning, gosh, those pop-ups the one that landed right on the third baseline especially. The one for the second baseman was a pretty tough chance. Booker nearly hit by that one and takes it for ball 1.
It's just tough too on those plays where you feel like you could have had maybe 1 or 2 outs there, and they're not technically errors, but it's tough and it scores runs.
Yeah, and then the throw to third that got away certainly didn't help their cause. It was kind of a free run there. 1 and 2 to Booker. The DH was 0 for 3, but scored a run in the quarterfinal victory. Parker's Prairie scored all 8 of their runs in the 6th inning yesterday. Chopper to third, that's a tough one, and it is going to eat Richards up. And a 1-out base runner here as Booker will be aboard here for Parker's Prairie. Presumably will be scored in error. We'll take a look on the board here.
Parker's Prairie is back around to the top of their batting order.
Yeah, it's an E5.
Number 7, right fielder Hunter Hagenmiller.
That's a tough play there for Richards. You either got to take a step back, field that on that second hop, and gun it over there, or come up and get it early. You can't get caught in between like that.
See, Hagenmiller struck out his first time up. First pitch in the dirt. Nice pick by Broderson. There's a strike.
do have to say, though, I've seen Zach Richards play, and he's a solid defensive player.
Hit hard to short. Halverson up with it. Gets the out there. Relay to first. Not going to be in time. Halverson had just a little bit of trouble getting that one out of his glove. And again, not a particularly good chance to turn that one anyway. And Hagen Miller will beat it out.
Shortstop number 4, Matt Furley.
Matt Furley will be the hitter. I think we're going to have a courtesy runner here, especially on this hot of a day. I think it's a pretty good idea as you they'll bring Matt Jurek, a junior, in to run for the pitcher Hagen Miller.
And with 2 outs, and he's only on first base here, you know, he might as well use it. And a lot of times, you know, as a coach myself, I've been in a situation where he's one of my pitcher's usually one of my best base runners, and it's hard to take him out for a courtesy runner because you want him on the base pass.
Furley bounced to short his first time up. Flynn just missing there. Flynn really coming quick here, and it's interesting. You could make the case that he didn't come to a stop on that previous pitch, I thought. Pitch up high there for a ball.
And I've seen it a lot this year and previous years. They work so quick, and a nice job calling time there. Yeah, he was ready to quick pitch him, and a nice job there, and the umpire granting him time. And
Furley popping it up, and this one is going to get out of play even with all that foul ground. Richards runs out of space over there. Furley had a big triple in the win over Osseo and had a couple of runs batted in the quarterfinals for Parker's Prairie. So they showed yesterday, I mean, both teams started slow offensively in their games the previous day, and they erupted for 8 later in the game. Ooh, and a cut and a miss there by Furley as he waved at that one low and away. And a rip and a miss. Furley down on strikes, and Flynn gets out of not really a jam, but a runner was left on. No runs, no hits, 1 error by Heritage, and 1 left aboard. We go to the bottom half of inning number 3, and it is 4-0 Heritage.
Hart, what's going on?
I'm leaving.
Why? What did I do?
Not enough. You constantly ignore me. You barely eat anything healthy. You're half as active as you used to be. The pressure is just too much. I quit.
Okay, I get it. I'll do better. Just, please, don't leave.
Okay. But remember, if I go, you go.
Listen to your heart. Don't let it quit on you. Uncontrolled high blood pressure could lead to stroke, heart attack, or death. Get yours to a healthy range before it's too late.
Welcome back here to Chaska Athletic Park as we get set for the bottom of the 3rd inning in this Class A semifinal. Heritage Christian, the top seed, leading Parker's Prairie, the number 5 seed, 4-0. After a 4-run second inning, Eagles trying to tack on some more here as they have their 3, 4, 5 hitters coming up. Sautel, Guggenberger, and Fredrickson will bat against lefty Hagen Miller for Parker's Prairie. And as Aaron said the last inning, those 4 runs you really can't put on Hagen Miller too much. I mean, 2 pop-ups that fell and then 2 errors mixed in. Not to say that Heritage, credit them, they put the ball in play, but those were, it was really a pretty well-pitched inning.
Yeah, and that's tough sometimes as a pitcher or as a team. Sometimes you let that get to you, and you can't. You got to shake that off because he did a pretty good job there. They hit a couple balls hard, but not a lot.
Sautel popping this one up. Kep is going to have room over there and will make the catch from foul ground. Noah Kep, that is. And so Sautel is out to begin the 3rd, and T.J. Guggenberger will bat now for the Eagles.
Second baseman number 3, T.J. Guggenberger.
Guggenberger singled and then was forced out on a bouncer, and this time he will drop one into left field for another base hit. Guggenberger 2 for 2 now for Heritage. A 1-out hit, and Sam Fredrickson will step up. Solid piece of hitting there. Good look at his swing and just put that one in that vast expanse of open space here over shortstop and into a short left field. Fredrickson hit into a force play and then came around to score.
There is some serious ground to cover too in the outfield here. We got deep dimensions, 390 to center and 355 to the gap. So there's a lot of field for those outfielders to cover.
High and away with that one. And this one is lifted out to right field, but it's going to hang up. Catch made by Johnson. And 2 gone here in the third. Dawson Penshorn will be the batter now for Heritage.
31, Dawson Penshorn.
And Dawson's he's a smart batter for Heritage. He'll take pitches. He's good at putting the ball in play when he needs to put the ball in play and hit behind runners, get sac flies. He kind of does all the little things right. He struck out in his last at-bat, but he's just kind of a smart guy you'd like to have up there in this type of situation.
Flip to first. Ooh, close. Boy, they really had Guggenberger leaning.
I'm just wondering if they have, you know, I'm not sure if he was stealing there or just leaning and maybe a hit and run play.
Breaking ball for a strike, and a beauty there from Hagenmiller.
That's a good pitch. That's a good curveball for a strike. You're not trying to fool anybody. You're just trying to get it over. The batter doesn't want to swing at that and put yourself up 0-2.
Come to first again. Left that one out, way outside to Penshorn.
Tried to do another one there, and you got to get that one probably a little closer to the dirt down. Try to get him to chase.
Runner is going. Pitch fouled straight back.
Nice job fighting that off with Penshorn. Staying alive with 2 strikes.
Not going this time. Pitch is a little bit inside.
Almost broke right in and hit him, and not leaning into it, but wasn't afraid to take it if it was going to come in and clip him.
2-2 from Hagenmiller. That one is way high and away, so now the count will run full here and see if Guggenberger will get started again here. I suspect yes. Almost certainly will here, in fact. Yeah, 3-2 outs, sure, should be. Little tapper foul.
And that's a tough pitch to hit right there. Umpire misses the pitcher on the throwback there. That's a tough pitch to hit there if you're Penshorn, but it's a nice job. It's close enough. He might get rung up on it, so you got to fight it off and get jammed a little bit, take it off the handle if you have to, but a nice job fouling it off. And this is kind of what I was talking about Penshorn. He's smart. He worked the count all the way from 0-2. He's 3-2 now, fouling pitches off.
And a rip and a miss, and he goes down on strike. So Hagenmiller wins the battle. For Heritage in the third, no runs, 1 base hit, and 1 left aboard. We've finished 3 innings here at Chaska Athletic Park. It's 4-0 Eagles.
Well, Thomas, you've got pre-diabetes. But with more exercise and a change in diet, it can be reversed.
I've tried exercising. It just makes me hungry for bacon.
I love bacon, too. And who really likes to exercise?
Not me.
Me neither.
Nobody. So we're good?
What? Oh, you still have prediabetes. Big time.
We head to the top half of inning number 4 here. The winner goes into the state Class A championship. It is Heritage Christian leading Parker's Prairie 4-0. Austin Kep, Travis Yonke, and Alex Kep, the 3-4-5 hitters coming up in the 4th for the Panthers. Flynn has been good so far. He allowed a leadoff single in the 2nd to Travis Yonke, but not much else. He's kept them off balance so far here.
Yeah, he's working very quick, mixing up his pitches, throwing the curveball over for strikes and getting them, the batters to chase when they got 2 strikes. And he's just working really quick, doing a nice job, and got the batters off balance here.
3 strikeouts through 3 innings, including the first time he saw this guy, Austin Kep, and that's over for a strike. And waved at that curveball. They have not really locked in on it yet, that's for sure.
Yeah, you can tell they're fooled. Batter stepping backwards out of the box there. They're definitely fooled by that pitch.
Comes back fastball. Soft liner is going to drop into short center. So Kep able to stay in there. He didn't look real good on that second pitch, but Flynn trying to sneak a fastball by him, and Kep got enough of it to muscle it into center field. He didn't crush it by any means, but sometimes you're almost better off when you don't hit it too hard to get it between the infielders and that center fielder coming in.
Yeah, sometimes I see more of those drop in than hard swings, and it's just the way it goes sometimes. And sometimes it's unfortunate if you're the pitcher or the defense, but it's the way the game works, and you just got to adjust and come back from it.
Travis Yonke, the batter. There's a strike. You're right about, just sometimes those things happen. I mean, I'm thinking back, Broderson might have hit the hardest ball of the game, but it was caught by the third baseman. There are some other ones that weren't hit very hard. Here's another one that's going to drop in. Back-to-back singles to nearly the same spot as Yonke comes through with the base hit there for Parker's Prairie. Austin Kep to second, and now Alex Kep will be the batter.
I thought for sure off the bat that's a single, but then I remembered Seth is over there, and I go, maybe, probably not, but maybe. He's so athletic over there at short, and you just never know.
Austin kept some good base running too there, because I thought like you that, it looked like it was going to be hit, but it wasn't a sure thing, and I thought for a moment, might there be at least a look to try and get a force play at second, but Austin Kep was there. He read that one well. Alex Kep, the batter, takes a fastball for a strike. See, Alex laid down a very nice bunt down the first baseline his first time up. Pounding this one foul.
The Heritage defense was kind of looking for the bunt here. I mean, first and second, no outs.
Yeah, I think if the score was a little different, that would be a much more reasonable possibility. But we're now to the 4th inning and they're down 4. I don't know that they can afford to give up an out like that. Here's a chopper to first. Throw to second for the out, and that's all. Now the Halverson will throw back to third, and they got him. Austin Kep rounding the bag too far. Halverson fakes to first, and then guns across to third and gets the out. What a play there.
Yeah, smart play there. Go to second, try to get 2. But at that point, if you're the base runner over at third, you got to know there's no play at first, and you can't take that big a turn. That's just a base running mistake there, and really hurts Parker's Prairie.
So a double play in the unusual fashion there. They go 3-6 and then over 6-5. Noah Kep bouncing into third. Richards throwing and gets the force play there. So Heritage gets out of the inning despite the 2 hits to start it. No runs, 2 hits, no errors. And they leave one aboard after 3.5. It is 4-0 Eagles.
Most of my family They never graduated high school or even let alone go to college, so I'm trying to break that barrier. Every day after work, went straight to school, studied hard, and it paid off. I could not have done it alone. I see the future is really bright for me. The high school diploma is just added to the confidence, and now I feel unstoppable.
Find free adult education classes near you at finishyourdiploma.org.
Welcome back here to Chaska, along with Aaron Hedrick. I'm Jay Wilcox. 4-0 Heritage Christian Academy leading here in this Class A semifinal over Parker's Prairie. Heritage getting set to bat in the bottom of the fourth. They'll have the bottom third of the order up. Zach Richards, Wyatt Julik Lisney, and Johnny Flynn, the scheduled hitters for Heritage. Heritage making its first state baseball tournament appearance. They were runner-up in Section 4A for 5 consecutive seasons, and it wasn't an easy path to get to state this year. They lost a game to Randolph in the winners bracket and had to come back through and had to rally from 4 runs down late in the game against Mayor Lutheran to win that one, and then had to beat Randolph twice in a row. And same for Parker's Prairie. They lost pretty early in their tournament to New York Mills, and then had to come back and beat New York Mills twice in the Section 6 final. So both teams have not had just that plain smooth road all the way to state.
And a lot of times you'll see that. You'll see a smooth, easy road, 3 or 4 wins, and they're in. And sometimes that's good, though, to play those extra games. That it challenges you. It teaches you how to win tight games that with the pressure on. And Parker's Prairie, they've been good the last couple of years. The state champions last year in Class A and runner-up the year before, and had to beat New York Mills, who's traditionally a pretty good Class A program in baseball.
Liner there, but right at short. Furley the catch, and Richards is out to begin the bottom of the fourth. Hit that one fairly well, but pretty much right at the shortstop there. Furley.
Number 22, Wyatt Julik Lisney.
So Wyatt Julik Lisney will be the batter now for Heritage. He had a single in the second.
On the other side of things, Heritage, losing all those runner-up, it's tough, but it's challenged them and it's put them in a spot this year where they're feeling like it's their time, it's their year.
Fly ball out to left field there. Alex Kep gets under it, and there are 2 gone. And the pitcher Flynn will step up here for Heritage.
Pitcher number 7, Johnny Flynn.
Flynn knocked in a pair in that big 4-run second inning. Lifting this one back, foul and out of play. Curveball over for a strike. Outside with that one. Hagenmiller, I think he and their defense as a whole could kind of use a quick inning here. The last couple have been more eventful than they would like, and I think they kind of get their confidence back to kind of get set them up and down quick and get the bats going again. I mean, obviously now they're down to 3 more innings to try and score some runs.
Yeah, just anything to give them some kind of momentum. Heritage just had it. It's kind of evened out again, and a quick inning would help.
John Ladebor trying to bare hand a fairly hot smash there. I don't know, do you give him props for trying it, or do you still give him grief when he gets back? I'm thinking high school kid, they're probably going to be on him and saying E5 there.
That's a bold strategy.
Breaking ball hit to left, and it's over Kep's head.
That's going to be a triple for sure, I would think.
Flynn digging hard, and he will hang on. Kep did a pretty good job of going back to get it. Flynn is fast, but he has held to a double there. Kep, I wouldn't really, maybe he did. I was going to say, I don't know that he necessarily misread it. But he did definitely misread it, but I don't think that impacted whether he was going to catch it or not.
Yeah, I don't think he would have caught that. He definitely came in on the ball, and it was over his head either way, but he didn't take that many steps in, and I think that ball just carried a little bit more than it looked initially off the bat.
Yeah, It had a lot on it. Oh, they're going to intentionally walk Halverson here.
Smart.
His really only shot was to try and make a leap and grab on that one. Like you said, I don't think the outcome was really any different, even if he hadn't misread it.
And he got back to it quick too, because I thought maybe the misplay all the way to the fence, Flynn was going to be able to run for a little while.
16, Taylor Broderson.
So John Ladebor comes down and talks to Taylor Broderson, and I have a feeling, just knowing John a little bit, that this carries something along the lines of they don't think you're a good hitter, you're going to go up and show them that you are, or something like that after they walk Seth to get to him.
Yeah, I said smart to walk Seth, but then I forgetting that Taylor behind him, and I've seen Seth put a hurt in the ball, but I've seen Broderson several times this year, and he's hitting the ball just as good as anybody on the team. Probably the best on the team, and he's coming up with clutch hits all tournament, so maybe not as smart as I'm saying.
And he hits this one well to center, but it is going to stay in the park, and it is caught by Austin Kep. So the Eagles get a little bit of a threat late in the inning, but don't score. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, and 2 left aboard. After 4 innings, it's 4-0 Heritage.
I see you mobbing over her. Let's go. Let's mob. Let's crawl. Let's crawl. Let's crawl. Hey, yo, we mobbing. Come on, girl. Let's crawl. Hey, yo, let's crawl. Hey, yo, let's crawl. Hey, let's crawl. Hey, yo, let's crawl.
And welcome back here to the beautiful Chaska Athletic Park on a steamy mid-June day here. Class A semifinal baseball on CCX Sports, and will be our final telecast of the spring sports season as well. It's been a brief one, but we sure hope you've enjoyed the games as much as we have this year. And congratulations to all the teams that made state tournaments in the various sports here. We've got baseball and lacrosse finishing up this week. Congratulations to the Maple Grove boys golf team winning the Class 3A championship this week, and also individual title goes to Tristan Nelko of Wayzata. So fun to see those guys having great success over at Bunker Hills this week. And obviously we had Wayzata in the state baseball tournament in 4A, and Heritage Christian here doing its thing so far in the semis in Class A. Brendan Johnson stepping in for Parker's Prairie here to lead off the top of the 5th, takes a strike.
If you're Parker's Prairie here, the approach has to be you gotta jump on that fastball when you get it from Flynn.
And he'll pop this one up. Halverson calling, and will make the catch. So 1 out. Cody Springer will be the hitter. Yeah, last inning, I'm guessing they kind of feel like they really had a chance to get something going when the first 2 guys singled, but then they had the bouncer that led to a force out, and then turned into a double play when runner rounding third too far, Austin Kep, was thrown out by the shortstop Halverson.
It's tough. You can't, in these state tournament games, you just can't make mental mistakes like that. Whether it shows up in the box score or not, you have to be smart. You have to execute.
There's a strike to Springer, 2-1.
If you're the batters here, you can't be guessing fastball, curveball here. Just got to react.
Hit to right, but it will hang up. And Julik Lisny the catch. So Springer hit that ball very hard, but they had the defensive alignment set pretty well. And Wyatt, no trouble with that catch. 2 outs, and Colton Booker will step in for the Panthers. Fastball up and in for a ball. Booker reached on an error last time by the third baseman Richards. He hit the ball pretty solidly. It kind of bounced off Richards' chest. And this one hit hard. Had Flynn ducking, and that'll be a single into center. So a 2-out hit here for the Panthers, and the top of the order coming up as that one just solid contact, drove that ball right up the middle.
Right fielder number 7.
Yeah, it was a good piece of hitting there. He's not trying to do too much. He knows his role. Just nice easy swing, try to get on base, line drive it, and that's exactly what he did there.
That one on the inside corner for a strike. Hagen Miller a strikeout and then bounced into a force play. Chance to help his own cause here. That curveball left way up high. Timeout called here. Oh, I think we had a balk. Yeah.
I thought I heard him say balk, but I thought maybe he was just calling time.
A balk has been called.
With Flynn working so quick, I mean, I'm not surprised. I'm not sure exactly what he did there, but I don't know if it was a flinch, because I don't think he was coming set yet. Oh, yeah, he was.
That was the previous pitch because he didn't deliver another pitch. Hagen Miller fouls it out of play, 1-2. So Flynn, not to say that you like to see that happen, but it's still a 4-run lead and you've got 2 outs, so not that big a deal. I think Flynn just needs to go back to work and get Hagen Miller here. Comes sidearm with that one and popped up. Halverson will call him off and make the catch. And the inning comes to an end, so no runs, 1 hit, no errors, and 1 left aboard for the Panthers in the 5th. We go to the bottom half of inning 5. It's 4-0 Heritage Christian.
I want to eat apples and bananas. I need to eat apples and bananas. Why can't I eat?
1 in 5 children struggles with hunger in America. Support the Feeding America nationwide network of food banks to help provide meals to those in need. Join us at feedingamerica.org.
Welcome back here. Take me out to the ball game between the top and bottom of the 5th inning here at Chaska.
For Steph Sawtell.
3, 4, 5 hitters coming up for the Eagles here in the 5th. Sawtell, Guggenberger, and Fredrickson. Hagen Miller back out there for another inning of work, and that one ripped foul by Sawtell. He's at a strikeout, and then he fouled out to the third baseman.
That was a good swing there, too. I don't think I'd come back with that pitch. Maybe something off speed here. See if you can get him out front on a pitch.
And that one nicked him, I think. Yep, Sawtell's going to be aboard.
It almost looked like he kind of stuck his hand into it, trying to get out of the way, and you just never know what the umpires are going to call anymore on those.
See, he paused and then, interesting, because he kind of put his hand there more to protect his
right, just a natural reaction, I think, and almost, I'm not sure if it hit his leg or hit his hand.
Guggenberger's been hot, 2 for 2 today. Fouls this one back. And he hasn't picked off. Throw is a little high. Sawtell in a rundown. More throws than you'd like to see if you're Parker's Prairie here. And there might be an interference. Yes, interference. He's going to be safe at second. That's what can happen when you get too many throws going. You see somebody get in his way right there. Yeah, the catcher's clearly in his way. And Parker's Prairie was probably going to get the out, but you still can't, you know, impede the runner like that. And I think it was the right call. I'm looking at it again.
It was definitely the right call, and I think Sawtell kind of saw that guy and purposely, you know, made it clear that he was in his way and made it evident, and what you got to do if the guy's right there.
Yeah, you're really hoping to get out of a rundown with, you know, ideally only one or maybe two throws at the most. And you don't want them to be long throws. You want to shorten everything down so that you're getting ready for a tag. And here's a line drive into right field. That'll be a base hit. They're going to hold Sawtell. Now the ball's bobbled. He's going to make a late dash, and he will get there easily. Runner moving to second as well. Throw down, not in time. Guggenberger, the base hit. And then the ball mishandled for an error right there as it's dropped. So E9 on the play, and then his throw comes dribbling in too and allows Guggenberger to move up, and Parker's Prairie, yeah, good call there. Very close play, but he got the hand in.
And that play was interesting there. It didn't look like Sawtell. He kind of held up at second to make sure the guy wasn't going to catch it, and then ran through about 2 or 3 stop signs from coach over there at third.
Here's Sam Fredrickson driving it out to left field. It's misjudged by Kep. It's over his head, and another run will score. Guggenberger comes around, and it'll be a long double for Sam Fredrickson. It's 6-0.
Just another misread out and left. Should be another routine pop fly, and a couple steps in, and
ball carried all the way out to the base of the warning track there, and it must be, you know, it doesn't seem like there's a whole lot of breeze, but he certainly misjudged that one. Again, questionable whether he could have gotten back to that one and made a catch or not, so it is scored as a double, and Penshorn will be the hitter, but certainly was misjudged for sure. Penshorn laying down a bunt. It's a good one. Throw to first base just in time. Runner coming home. Nobody covering. Another run scores. Fredrickson around from second. And nobody covering the plate.
And these are the type of mental errors that you talk about. Don't always show up in the box score, but if you're Heritage, credit to you for taking advantage of the mistakes. You got to score these runners when you can. Take advantage of the mental mistakes, the physical errors.
And I got to say, that one's probably on the pitcher, really. Once you see your catcher come up the line to field that ball and throw, probably got to be him that's covering. And they were both, you know, kind of in range, but not really covering. So a 7-0 lead now for Heritage. Zach Richards is the batter. They did get the out at first. That was about the only good news on that play for Parker's Prairie, and it was a close play and a pretty good bunt by Penshorn.
Batting is third baseman number 29, Zach Richards.
If you're Heritage here, you got one out. You want to try to start things up again, get some more guys on, and really put the pressure on Parker's Prairie.
Lifted out to right field, and the catch made there for out number 2. And Julik Lisny will be the batter now for Heritage Christian.
Right fielder number 22, Wyatt Julik Lisny.
Takes ball 1. He had a single and then a fly to left field. There's the strike.
You can hear a lot of chatter from the Heritage side. They're amped up. They're excited. They're in a really good spot here. And if you're Parker's Prairie, you just got to stay checked in.
Popped up behind the plate. Oh, and not quite able to squeeze it as Peterson. He had a little trouble. The umpire was obviously in his way a little bit there, but he did get to it, just couldn't squeeze it.
Yeah, it was a good try. Good try. You had to get around the umpire there. That's always tough. And then, yeah, those ones that are straight up, you have to go back. You got to find it.
Well, and you keep in mind, too, that catcher's mitt is made for something different than that. And those are, it's a little bit harder to catch that kind of ball than it would be with another regular fielder's glove, too. I'm giving him a lot of benefit of the doubt because that was a tough one. Swing and a miss. The ball is in the dirt, so they'll have to make the throw, and it's a lob down there, but they get the out. But another good inning for Heritage as they come up with 3 runs in the frame on a couple of base hits and no one left aboard. It's 7-0 Heritage through 5.
Did you know kids who play outdoors have healthier lungs?
Totally.
Did you know that boys that play with dolls make better husbands?
My son has lots of dolls. But did you know terry cloth diapers breathe better?
I did.
It's totally true.
Oh, yeah.
Did you guys know statistically friendly kids have more friends?
Yeah.
That's obvious.
Did you know most people think they're using the right car seat for their kid, but they're not?
Parents who really know it all know for sure that their child is in the right seat. Visit safercar.gov/the-right-seat to make sure your child is protected.
Welcome back here. Chaska Athletic Park, the site. Heritage Christian, the top seed, rolling to a 7-0 lead over Parker's Prairie here as we go to the top half of inning number 6. Matt Furley, Austin Kep, and Travis Yonke getting set to bat. And between innings, the announcement of the finalists for Mr. Baseball, and Seth Halverson, the playing shortstop today and pitcher for Heritage Christian, one of those 8. So congrats to Seth there. Furley offered at that one on a bunt attempt. There's a look at Halverson, who is going to get the call as the starter in the championship if they advance.
And we were talking about it a little bit. It's kind of luxury that Heritage has, and they almost pitch backwards throughout this tournament.
Furley down on strikes. Yeah, a lot of people, are of the mindset that you've got to go with your best at the start of the tournament just to make sure you stay alive. And they did end up having to use Seth for a couple innings of relief in that first game, and he got the win. But he will be available for the championship. Here's Austin Kep, and he drops that one into short left field for a base hit.
Yeah, I mean, it's a real luxury when in the quarterfinal game you start Taylor Broderson, who's their everyday catcher. He's kind of their 3 guy, and he did, he gave up a few runs and did well enough, and then Seth came in and shut the door. But then you got Flynn in the semis, and you got Seth set up for the finals. It's just not a bad situation at all if you're Heritage.
Yankees 2 for 2, but this one a bouncer, 1, and a double play. Turn by the Eagles, started by Halverson, 6-4-3. Nice turn in the middle by Guggenberger. And the Panthers are quickly done in the 6th. It's 7-0 Heritage Christian heading to the bottom of the 6th. Heritage Christian with a lot rolling right now as they 7 runs, and then they get a DP to come out of that inning, and getting some great dancing in front of their dugout too. Unbelievable. Little folk hero status over there. Jared Benshorn.
Having some fun, and up 7-0. You know, it's a little bit easier to do that and have some have some fun in that situation.
Johnny Flynn will step in and lead it off in the 6th inning. And I kind of like it. You were talking about it earlier. Flynn popping this one up, and will be caught in center there. This, you know, a smaller ballpark than, you know, your CHS field or obviously Target Field where they'll go for the championships, but, you know, kind of a nice little, I don't know, more intimate feel here, and the people are really into the game here. It's a little bit less of a corporate professional feel here, and I like that.
Yeah, you get to some of those bigger ballparks, and they're amazing, and they're fun to play at. And
here's Halverson driving it a long way to right, and that's over his head, and he can run. Halverson digging for second, and he's going to make the turn and go for third. They missed the cutoff man anyway. It'll be a triple for Halverson.
Yeah, no chance there. Even if you do hit the cut on the money there, he's too quick, and he knows right out of the box that that's a triple. Yeah, a long way to go. Rolls all the way to the fence. He's running, sprinting out of the box. And stand-up triple. Nice piece of hitting there.
Brady Hoppy out there in right field, by the way, now for Parker's Prairie. Taylor Broderson, the hitter.
And back to the point about the ballparks, it's just at those bigger fields, it is. It doesn't feel as intimate because there are not enough people to fill up the whole stadium like a professional game would be, and these places are full.
Broderson lifting one to center field. Halverson is tagging. He is coming. Here's the throw. He jumps over the top. Did he touch the plate? Apparently not. And so he is out at home plate.
Good try.
Wow, look at the athleticism here as he goes over the top. I'm not sure why he's out there. But
yeah, I mean, you think maybe he didn't touch the plate, but he still, if he doesn't touch the plate, he's still got to get tagged unless he's into the dugout. And that umpire made a call before the play was basically over.
Unless he catches his knee there, but he certainly did not.
Not a chance.
Yeah. Oh, anyway, he's out, and the inning comes to an end. Still 7-0 Heritage Christian. We go to inning number 7. Johnny Flynn taking his warm-up tosses. All kinds of adrenaline flowing for Heritage Christian, even though they may have gotten cheated out of run there the last half inning. But Alex Kemp will hit. Noah Kemp, and then
Parker's Prairie in the top of the
third spot would be the new right fielder, Brady Hoppy. Presumably will hit there, but we'll see. Kemp, a swing and a miss. Alex 0 for 1 today at a sacrifice and then hit into a force play. And then he's hit by the pitch.
This is a tough spot too for Parker's Prairie. They're down 7. They know they got to score at least 7 to keep playing, and you have to take it just one batter at a time and see if you can start putting something together. And a hit by pitch it's a good start.
And Noah Kep will be the batter. John Ladebor out to complain that the batter turned into that one. Although I have to say, after one of his guys was hit in a similar thing earlier, I think probably you're not going to have a lot of standing to win that argument. There's a strike to Noah Kep, who is 0 for 2 today. That one just missed. Broderson trying to frame it up.
Flynn working so quick, he was ready to come set, and the batter still had a foot out of the box taking signs.
Yeah, I'm surprised Parker's Prairie hasn't done a little more of that, because Flynn has really just wanted to get the ball and throw again. There's a breaking ball for a strike.
Sometimes, you know, as a coach, sometimes I'll just go through a sequence of signs that mean absolutely nothing, just to take some time.
Top foul there, and Fredrickson gets over to make the catch for out number 1. And the batter now will be the right fielder, Brady Hoppy, who came in defensively in that last half inning. Parker's Prairie fans trying to make some noise and see if they can't get their team going a little bit here. And Hoppy lifting one out to short right. It's going to fall in for a hit. So 2 aboard now with 1 out for the Panthers. Cody Springer will bat. Looks like we're going to see a pinch runner for Parker's Prairie. Brendan Johnson will come back in, and Hoppy getting a big ovation there. Johnson re-enters.
They're giving him a pretty big ovation when he came into the game at right field too, and I wonder if they're some sort of situation, injury.
That's what I was thinking too. He's wearing the helmet. Yeah, he endured what they called a season-ending injury. Throw down to second is too high, but nobody will advance. He in the section championship, he made a catch and then got hurt. And so they thought, their notes for the tournament said that it was a season-ending injury. So that's, extra reason for the ovation. Yes, they're happy he got a base hit, but also just that he could come back and play. And we saw wearing the helmet face guard there. So nice moment for Brady Hoppy. I mean, obviously the game's not going the way they want right there, but you love to see a kid be able to come back and contribute like that after getting hurt.
He gets to play in a state tournament game, and
Cody Springer lifting it to right. It was misjudged, and then dropped. Julik Lisney not able to haul it in. The bases will be loaded. E9. Wow, he misjudged it initially, but then got back to it and looked like he was going to make the catch, and he just plain had it hit the heel of his glove.
Yeah, it was one of those plays where it looked like, it burned him, and then he got to it, and then I think he was just kind of thrown off at that point and lost focus a little bit. And
it might be a bit of a tough sky today based on, he's not the first guy that's had trouble judging one out there for sure. Heritage a little meeting at the mound to try and settle everybody down. You're still in a great spot here. There's only one out, bases are loaded, but you're up 7-0. Colton Booker stepping in for Parker's Prairie. It's one of the things you love about baseball, though. There's not a time clock to run down on you until they get that 21st out. They're still alive. Booker, a rope, it's fair. 2 runs will score, and maybe 3. They're going to hold up the runner at third here. No reason to gamble in this spot, so it's 7-2. Booker coming through with a rope down the third baseline for a double.
That's a good piece of hitting too, and nice hard hit and right on the line. Nice try by Richards over there, and that's an easy double, scoring 2, and no reason to send that other runner. You still got a long ways to go if you're Parker's Prairie. And that's why I'm saying you got to take this one at bat at a time. You just never know.
Hagen Miller stepping in, takes a first pitch breaking ball for a strike. He's 0 for 3 today. Did he go offer at this one? No swing.
I think that's a good call too, and the batter even kind of held his bat there to let him know this is where I finish. This isn't a swing.
Little tapper. Flynn not going to be able to come up with a play. Bases will be loaded still. Infield hit for Hagenmiller.
That's one of those plays where you see that's made probably 9 out of 10 times, except for in a situation like this where things look like they're spiraling just a little bit. I think Flynn tried to rush that play just a little bit. I think he had some time, and he's got to check back in, focus up here. They still have a 5-run lead. He's got 1 out. It's a ground ball double play. We'll get him right out of it. And you got to force at any base.
Looked like his foot kind of slipped as he tried to plant there. I think it was the footing more so than the hands that kind of cost him there. Furley lofting one down the left field line. It's going to be foul. And the catch is made. Tagging. 1-run score. Safe at third. But that's a heck of a play down there in left field by Penshorn to get to that one for the second out. Sure, it's a sac fly, but that gets you 1 out closer to wrapping this up.
Yeah, that's a good play. You take that out. You know the guy's going to score, tagging up, but still up. You're up 5 runs in that situation, up 4 after the play. And you know you just need to get the outs here. A nice job reading the fence too. He knew right where that was.
Jurek is the courtesy runner at first base. So runners at first and third. Austin kept the batter now 7-3, but they're down to their last out. Cap, a liner to the left, it's fair. 7-4. Parker's Prairie finding their hitting late in this game. They had an 8-run inning late in the game yesterday, and so far they've scored 4 here.
First baseman, number 20, Travis Yonke.
Travis Yonke, the batter.
Good take there.
Yonke had hits his first 2 times up, and then last time hit into a double play. And 3-0.
I think you're taking 2 pitches here.
That one was outside for a ball, and Yonke walks to load him up. They've batted around here in the 7th. Alex Kep getting set to hit. John Ladebor going to come out.
He has to take him out. Right? Yeah, I mean, did he have a mound visit this inning? He already went out to the mound once this inning, I believe. And my understanding of the rule is if you came out twice in an inning, you have to remove the pitcher. But the thing about Heritage is they use that Broderson. You have to save Halverson. Well, I'm not sure he's eligible to pitch anyways. And beyond those 3, they don't have a deep relieving staff. So if you're Parker's Prairie, you now have the go-ahead run at the plate.
Alex Kep stepping in, takes a strike. So the Panthers with a lot of momentum, but Heritage just needs 1 more out any way it comes here to wrap this one up. 7-4. And this one lifted to short right. Tough play. And caught. Second baseman Guggenberger going back and makes the grab. And Heritage gets out of a big jam in the 7th as the Panthers come up with 4 runs in their final at bat. But they are going to fall short, and Heritage Christian will play in the Class A championship and have Seth Halverson lined up ready to pitch. It was a great effort here by Guggenberger going back. He wasn't going to wait and see if wasn't worried about a collision. He goes back to get it. Wow, interesting ball game here today, Aaron. Lots of twists and turns and a great performance all around.
Yeah, some interesting innings, couple of weird plays you don't normally see. Heritage looked like they had this one in the bag, and Parker's Prairie did a nice job fighting back in that last inning. And a nice job, though, by Heritage pulling this one out. They did a nice job hitting and good enough job pitching. Flynn did a nice job there pretty much the whole game, so nice job by the Eagles.
So Heritage Christian will win at 7-4, and they will play for the title at Target Field on Saturday. Hope you've enjoyed today's telecast. For Aaron Hedrick and all of our crew, MJ Wilcox. Again, your final, Heritage Christian 7, Parker's Prairie 4.